Two key individuals that have worked at FTX and Alameda Research have now pled guilty to criminal charges. We have an article here from Watcher Guru. I'll have a link down in the description below. I'll share my thoughts and my opinions at the end of this video. As usual, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion. It's my own research. I highly encourage you to go do your own research. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into the news. This is Gary Wang from FTX and Alameda's CEO Caroline Ellison. As former FTX's CEO Sam Bankman-Fried is on his way to the U.S., his colleagues are cooperating with the investigation against them. By the way, we have an update on that. I'll have a separate video talking about what's going on with Sam. Earlier today, U.S. Attorney Damian Williams announced that the FTX co-founder Gary Wang and the ex-CEO of Alameda Research, Caroline Ellison, pleaded guilty in the Southern District of New York. Statement of U.S. Attorney Damian Williams on U.S. versus Samuel Bankman-Fried, Caroline Ellison, and Gary Wang. This being posted over on that of Twitter itself. It's about a 2-minute long video.
Last week, we announced charges against Samuel Bankman-Fried for a sweeping fraud scheme that contributed to FTX's collapse, and for a campaign finance scheme that sought to influence public policy in Washington. As I said last week, this investigation is very much ongoing, and it's moving very quickly. I also said that last week's announcement would not be our last, and let me be clear once again, neither is today's. I want to make two announcements. First, I'm announcing that the Southern District of New York has filed charges against Caroline Ellison, the former CEO of Alameda Research, and Gary Wang, a co-founder of FTX, in connection with their roles in the frauds that contributed to FTX's collapse. Both Ms. Ellison and Mr. Wang have pled guilty to those charges, and they are both cooperating with the Southern District of New York. Let me reiterate a call that I made last week. If you participated in misconduct at FTX or Alameda, now is the time to get ahead of it. We are moving quickly, and our patience is not eternal. Second, I'm announcing that Samuel Bankman-Fried is now in FBI custody and is on his way back to the United States. He will be transported directly to the Southern District of New York, and he will appear in court before a judge in this district as soon as possible. Many individuals in the Bahamas and in the United States contributed to the swiftness of the defendant's return, and I want to thank the Bahamas for its outstanding assistance and excellent coordination with us. I also want to thank our partners at the United States Embassy in the Bahamas and the Justice Department's Office of International Affairs. And finally, I want to thank the FBI for moving mountains to get this done. This was a true team effort. Finally, I want to thank the career prosecutors from my office who are handling this case. We continue to work around the clock, and we are far from done. Thank you.
It goes on to say, elaborating on the latest development, Attorney Williams said, "Let me reiterate a call that I made last week. If you participated in misconduct at FTX or Alameda, now is the time to get ahead of it. We are moving quickly, and our patience is not eternal." Ellison reportedly pleaded guilty to 7 counts: conspiracy to commit wire fraud on customers of FTX, wire fraud on customers of FTX, conspiracy to commit wire fraud on lenders of Alameda Research, as well as wire fraud on lenders of Alameda. Alongside, Ellison also pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit commodities fraud, conspiracy to commit securities fraud, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. If found guilty, Ellison would have to serve a maximum sentence of 110 years in prison. This is very much in line of what we were seeing for Sam Bankman-Fried's potential sentencing. The co-founder of FTX, Gary Wang, on the other hand, pleaded guilty to just 4 counts. This included conspiracy to commit wire fraud on customers of FTX, wire fraud on customers of FTX, conspiracy to commit commodities fraud, and conspiracy to commit securities fraud. Wang's attorney commented about the same and stated, quote, "Gary has accepted responsibility for his actions and takes seriously his obligations as a cooperating witness." Additionally, Wang could face up to 50 years in prison. Furthermore, the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, and Commodities Future Trading Commission, or CFTC, separately charged the pair. SEC labels FTX token a security. In a complaint filed by the SEC late Wednesday, it labeled the exchange's token FTT as a security. The SEC pointed out how the asset was sold as an investment contract. Further, highlighting how the demand for the exchange and the token were interconnected, the SEC said. The large allocation of tokens to FTX incentivized the FTX management team to take steps to attract more users onto the trading platform and, therefore, increase demand for and increase the trading price of the FTT token. At press time, the FTX token was trading for approximately 87 cents with a 5.72% daily drop. This plummet comes right after SEC's complaint was made public. Furthermore, FTT was inching closer to its all-time low of approximately 83 cents. And there you go. So, yes, 2 key individuals associated with these now being criminally charged. One looking at potentially up to 50 years, the other one looking at potentially up to 110 years. And the fact that they are trying to cooperate does not work very well for Sam Bankman-Fried in his defense, because now he's got his former employees, his coworkers, that are essentially willing to speak up against him, throw him under the bus. I don't know if that's going to give them any potential time off because they can reveal certain details. There might be some sort of a mutual agreement that's being established there. But overall, it is not looking good for any of them. Think about it. 50 years compared to 110 years. Okay, yeah, maybe you could actually get out and be alive with time served, everything else, that 50-year time sentence, which is the maximum time that would be given. We don't even know if they're going to get that 50 years. Maybe they get assigned 25 years or 10 years, something along those lines. And then with good behavior, they're out in 5, something like, I don't know, right? We have to wait and see what the actual final verdict on that will be. Regardless, this is a substantial amount of money. And with Sam Bankman-Fried, it keeps getting more frustrating when you hear this information about what he's been doing with the money and what he's still continuing to do with the money, because I am going to have a separate video. Lo and behold, guess what? Sam Bankman-Fried is kind of freed right now. Yeah, I'll have more details on that in another video. I recommend you guys go check that out. Again, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Go do your own research. There's a promotion going on with Webull right now. I've been using Webull for a couple years. You can trade stocks as well as cryptocurrencies on their platform. There's a referral link in the description. If you want to check out more details on that, feel free to do so. You could get up to 12 free fractional shares. And that's what I got for you guys. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. A double shout out thank you to WeLoveSafeMoon.com, Victor Vegas, SafeMoon Oz for being higher level patrons. Also, thank you to my YouTube members for your support. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like button. God bless, and we will see you in the next episode.